r/ProRevenge.
Ruin my summer? Enjoy not going to university. This was a little over 10 years ago in my early 20s, but it's still one of my favorite stories of karma that suited well to my revenge. TL. Dr. Lifeguard beach captain born from the spine of Satan ruins my summer and loses her fancy scholarship and doesn't get to go to university after all. As a teenager, I got a part-time job as a lifeguard at the biggest pool in the city, if not the province. I was a hard worker, and over the years I had every certification I could get. Over the summers I'd often work on nearby beaches. One year these rural beaches had a really hard time keeping staff, so they'd ask people from my pool to work there. It just so happened my parents had a cottage on one of the beaches and I said, hey, I'd be interested working at middle of nowhere beach. It'd be peaceful, and I can come home on weekends if I want. I took the job, about 4 hours away from home for a 10-week contract. I was a lifeguard instructor trainer. I certified people to teach other people how to train lifeguards. At the time of this story I was one of the youngest to have this certification. Most of my coworkers were going into their second year of working on this beach and frankly second year of being a lifeguard. It was going to be my first year working in this area. Basically the head manager told me, "Look, it's your first time working out here, we need someone with your experience. We can't give you beach captain position, management / on paper. But we are willing to pay you at a beach captain rate plus extra for your certifications. And you can fill in as beach captain on days when the others can't. As far as we're concerned, you're an alternate. We just don't want to upset the locals more than we need to. Be advised though, you may need to work at a few other beaches out around there and more pay, fewer responsibilities." Yeah, I guess I can take this one for the team. Here's what you need to know about this place. The area is a naturally beautiful place. This is one of the best drives on the continent, one of the top 10 islands in the world. Mountains to the left, endless ocean to the right, beaches everywhere. It's also one of the poorest parts of the country, and some communities have a mob mentality when outsiders come to work here. For the most part my coworkers liked me and appreciated my experience, except for the one beach captain we'll call Maggie. Everyone employed goes to a training camp retreat. District managers go for 5 days. Beach captains go for 4 days, and general staff goes for 3 days. I was only asked to show up for the general staff, did my thing, met my new coworkers. Maggie rubs me the wrong way and started calling me rookie, and then she left. Turns out she was graduating high school, and had prom to attend. She didn't want to do the rest of the training because of all the after-prom parties. Okay, that's weird. I'm waking up at 7 a.m. to do a 10 kilometers run with everyone before breakfast and you're passed out after a night of drinking. I'm annoyed, but if I could pull it off, I might do the same, no biggie. How could she pull off getting out of mandatory training, you ask? She's a family legacy. Once upon a time her mom was the beach captain, and now runs the local pool in the middle of nowhere town. If you were certified as a lifeguard around there you had to go through her. Maggie's sister was the beach captain, then district manager, and recently retired from the service and went to nursing school. Maggie was the next in line to do this. She was going to be awarded a scholarship through the lifeguard service for her school of choice. At the end of the summer there's an AGM where they make all these announcements, but it was a well-known secret. Day 1 of the summer on the beach starts. We're setting up the beach, it's a half day, not many patrons around. We organize first aid kits, equipment, set up our hut, test the phones, etc. District manager, a local, arrives to inspect everything. He's happy, he's a buddy of mine, and as we were the last stop of his beaches to inspect he hangs out with us. Day's up and Maggie's mother shows up and tells her to start packing for the swimming instructors symposium. Turns out Maggie is leaving tomorrow for the Dominican Republic, on her pool's dime, for 3 weeks. That's 30% of the lifeguard season. She actually tells me, "See you in 3 weeks, rookie." And leaves. The district manager and I drop our jaws and wonder, WTF? Why is this only coming out now? I help him out, we sit down and come up with a new schedule for the next 3 weeks. My supervisor filled in some of her shifts and we even worked together a few times. Now, looks like I have to be a beach captain with the actual new guards, At least 3 weeks. It was more work for me, but honestly, Maggie's departure was a blessing. I've hardly met her, but I doubt we're going to get along. She rubs me the wrong way. Those 3 weeks without her, I got a great feng shui, zen groove, and inner harmony thing going on. It was the healthiest mentally and physically I've been in my life. Of course, the lack of negative emotions directed toward me would not last. It ended the day Maggie returned literally within the first hour of us working together. Maggie, my beach captain, started our day together by berating me in front of her friends. "Hey rookie. Do you even know how to do CPR? I was watching you at training camp and you were doing it wrong. I need you to show me how to do it right now." "You want me to show you how to do CPR? Sure, no problem. Could ask nicer, but whatever, I'll put up with this. We have to practice so much every day anyway." Then she drops this bit of information while I practice incorrectly. "If you don't have anything under them, you'll dig a hole in the sand." Maggie, this doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's not like I'm an instructor in this or anything, or have basic knowledge of physics that pushing on sand isn't the same thing as digging. The whole day consisted of Maggie calling me rookie and being pointlessly rude in her critiques of my life-saving skills. Of course, it wouldn't be a good work story unless someone stole someone's lunch. "Hey Maggie, is that my lunch in your mouth right now? Oh, was that your lunchbox? Well, it wasn't your lunchbox, was it? I'm the beach captain, you can't talk to me like that." This would become our daily routine on our shifts together. I began packing a decoy lunch with half-eaten items or empty wrappers. This gave me the opportunity to hide/eat my real lunch without her bothering me. By week 4, it's our mid-season evaluation. There's 2 parts, physical evaluation and professional evaluation. District manager does the physical and it's straightforward. All employees show up at the beach before it opens. You run 4K, swim 600 meters, paddle 2K, etc. Apparently I embarrassed Maggie. I was the most improved from start of the season to the end of season. I was already in the top 25%, but now I was physically one of the top 5%. Maggie, however, got worse. A lot worse. She was mediocre, but in the general top 50%, but was now one of the worst physical guards, bottom 10%. Her times all were substantially lower. But luckily for her, it's not all physical. There's still the professional evaluation. The beach captain who works with you the most writes up your evaluation. You get a score out of 50. 10 5-point characteristics: punctual, customer service, safety, etc. You get graded and short notes are written to explain your score. At the bottom there's a recommendation section on what to do/work on. One of the other beach captains who tolerated Maggie wrote her evaluation, and it wasn't all bad. Of course, Maggie was the one who wrote my evaluation despite only working with me a few times. I don't got to see it, which is normal, and when it's done she passes it in to the boss. Once it's handed in, the district manager pulls Maggie and I aside. He rips it up in front of us and says, "Maggie, this isn't a real evaluation, you gave him all zeros. Your notes are incoherent and, in the recommendation section, you told him to leave and never come back. This is not acceptable. I've worked with him more than you did. I'm going to write up the mid-season evaluation." Maggie breaks down in tears, plays the victim that the outsider is taking her job and she's protecting herself. Manager's not buying it, but ultimately goes easier on her. Temper's cool. I get a modest review with things to improve on. Right away I knew this would happen again, and I need to make notes to defend myself. I have a reputation in the life-saving community I'd like to keep. Things got weirder after this. Aside from umpteen mentions of calling me rookie against my wishes, my notebook was getting filled. Some highlights include: / she stole my rooster ketchup with a green top and lathered her hot dog, only to get upset with me. She wrote me up for poisoning her with hot sauce, though really she stole my sriracha. / she took her top off in front of me and in full view of kids cause she had to air out the girls. / went on a walking patrol down the beach for 2 hours only to end up hanging out with her friends, drinking on the beach and having a fire. Double no. / called her dealer to deliver joints to her while on guard, not even discreetly. / I taught the junior guard some basic stuff. Once the class is over, she goes up to the parents and tells them I taught all the wrong things and it's actually done, this way / instead. / on a particularly bad day, she berated the middle-aged gentleman with Down syndrome whom normally brings treats to her because he didn't bring any treats on this day. Things were cartoonishly stupid. Why would someone act this way? Turns out she was also bashing me to the other guards. They'd regularly inform me of stuff like this. Hey, just so you know, Maggie told me you hit someone's car with a hammer. Obviously you didn't, but heads up, she's telling locals about it. What did I get myself into? This is ridiculous. My summer paradise at the most beautiful place on earth is ruined by a succubus leeching off of inner peace. I was at my end. This isn't worth it. I want to go home. I'm belittled by an entitled brat and I don't need this as much as they need me. I'm going to sleep it off, think with a clear head in the morning. Note: this place is a sleepy beach town, it's heavily wooded and not many cell towers, reception isn't great. Also, it's a hot summer, I live alone, I hate pants, when I'm home I'm probably naked. And the lock on the door isn't great, it works but with a bit of effort you can get past it. We basically put an exterior padlock on the door when we're away for extended periods. But hey, no one knows anyone's living here, right? Who's going to come bother me in the middle of nowhere? 5:30 a.m. / bam. Bam. Bam ! ! Huh? What's happening? / bam. Bam. Bam ! ! /CCCCC act / Link Hanford. Uck. Answer your phone. I've been calling you all night. Uck, why are you naked? That's gross. You have to work at the beach further away today. I've got an appointment I've had scheduled for months and can't change it. You need to go there or I won't be back in time. Wait, what's going on? Why is she in my house right now? I thought to myself as I startled and jumped up, covering myself with whatever I could find. I raised my temper and got her out of my home as quickly as possible and say to myself, that's it, I'm done, this isn't worth it. I call my district manager, tell him the rundown of what's been happening lately. Initially he thought I might be embellishing the truth a bit because it's all so ridiculous. He tells me if I go to work, there's 2 weeks left in the contract, he'll make sure Maggie and I don't work together anymore as long as I can stick around. Later on I'm begrudgingly working at the further away beach and we get a call, it's the district manager. Link Hanford. I owe you an apology. I thought you were making this stuff up. Maggie just called to report you for being naked and yelling at her. As she explained this, she admitted to walking into your home. What do you want to do about this? District manager, which beach captain or alternate has worked with Maggie the most this summer? Oh, looks like it's you by a fair bit. Is she allowed to do my end of season evaluation? No, because of what she did with your mid-season we've decided that I would do it personally again. Okay, great, who gets to do hers then? Well, you can guess where this ended up. As luck would have it, Maggie and I got to work together once more due to someone being sick. The whole time she's telling me I'm going to make your review so bad. You're going to wish you never came here, rookie. At that point I just smiled with a shit-eating grin. The summer may have its last dawn, but this will be the end of you, Maggie. Writing up Maggie's end-of-season evaluation was between the supervisor and I. The rest of the staff were unaware of this. So I used the final days talking to the staff. What's the weirdest thing Maggie did to you this summer? Here's the highlights. / stole the pretty boy guard's car keys at the end of the day to keep him around because she was flirting with him. He had to go right to the hospital to visit his mom. / gradually through the course of a day she spiked the 16 guard's work water bottle with vodka. He'd never been drunk before and had to drive home. / after hours she went to a lifeguard girls' night out and skipped out on the bill. No, she wasn't invited again after that. I'm composing her end of season evaluation. I'm smart about it, I grade reasonably well with things, to her credit she was good at, she improved her swimming skills, which is something after all. but everything else I avoid grading a 1 as much as possible to avoid looking like I'm purposely out to get her. More than just grading, I'm providing written documentation to back this up. I've got my journal of hellish Maggie moments, my coworkers' experiences with her, and I've been smart enough to make copies of our notes from patrons with her mentioned. But the coup de grace, recommendations for next season. Recommend not to reoffer beach captain or alternate beach captain position next season. Recommend awarding scholarship to someone else in the service. Not long after this gets submitted, I get a call from the head boss/senior manager who hasn't been made privy to Maggie and I's situation. Link Hanford, I've known you for a few years. I'm reading Maggie's end of season evaluation and there are some serious allegations here. Her family will likely rebuke this and make it a problem for my office. Not giving her this scholarship sounds harsh. Do you have any documentation to back up any of this? Do you really think she deserves this? Well, sir, that's ultimately up to you. Here are notes and times from the entire team. Feel free to call any of them. Here's the footage from my trail cam of her breaking into my home at 5:30 in the morning. Here's the contact info for the Down syndrome gentleman whom she berated. Here's the reports patrons have made about her. Oh. This is bad. Well, thanks for being so thorough with this. Epilogue. Well, word got to her she wouldn't be receiving her scholarship. Instead, it went to an incredibly nice and hard worker in another district. Maggie's mom complained for a while about come from aways taking all the jobs. But then she heard how Maggie treated the gentleman with Down syndrome. She may have been the town's princess, but that man was the salt of the earth and immune to any harsh treatment. Needless to say, Maggie didn't come to the AGM. The next year I was knee-deep in my actual career and didn't re-enroll in the lifeguard service, but offered my services as a substitute. One of the guards I liked last year calls me to see if I can sub for them for a weekend. I decided I'll do it as long as Maggie isn't working. He laughs and says no, but she's on staff as a regular lifeguard. Well, Maggie wasn't working, but her cousin was. Oh, this can't be good. Our first interaction was kind of amazing. Wait, are you the Link Hanford? Yes. I prepare myself for a day of harassment. Oh man. You are awesome. Maggie and her mom hate you. They're so mean, our family hates them, she's so entitled and makes us look bad, you're like a legend around here. Well, this is a change of pace from what I was expecting. We become friends over the course of the day and she explains to me that Maggie thought her scholarship was a sure thing, her mom pulled strings for her to get it and it fell through, so she never saved any money for school. Maggie's plans of getting into nursing didn't work out. Maggie's mom took a lateral promotion in the life-saving world, that new position didn't last and she was laid off only to go back to her old pool as the assistant to the person who took over her job. She wasn't able to pull any more strings after that. Last time I checked, Maggie went to community college and took a less expensive continuing care attendant course with the plan of eventually jumping over to nursing when she saves some money. Unfortunately for her, the instructors weren't crazy about her better-than-you attitude and she was kicked out of the course sometime in second year. Last time I saw her, she was working at the summer ice cream stand by the beach I visited on a lovely vacation to one of the most beautiful places in the world.
A response to the post.
Wahaha, serves her right. I can't stand those bullies who think they're untouchable and better than everyone else. Congratulations on the takedown. Always keep records, folks. You never know when they'll come in handy. And the cousin's comment is just the icing on the cake.
A response to this comment.
Seems she never learned though. More than likely she thinks it's everyone else's fault where she ended up.
A response to the post.
Greater than, gradually through the course of a day she spiked the 16 guard's work water bottle with vodka. He'd never been drunk before and had to drive home. Did you mean 16 as in 16 years old? What on earth was she trying to accomplish by spiking his water?